In today's episode, we will have Joey setting his feet firmly on the surface of the moon, turning on the lights, performing some science, taking awesome selfies, and of course, planting the GrunfWorks flag proudly at the moon's east far side crater. There we go, looks beautiful. However, we will be taking our Mun Lander Mark 1 design and we will be tweaking it for the moon. So the main thing what I need to do, let's decouple the rest of the lander because I think it's good. So I'm going to be changing the fairing to 1.8 meter fairing, mainly because I want to be introducing 3 more tanks, and I'm actually thinking of going with the Oscar D tank. The whole idea is to add a little bit more delta V to the lander and also expand its base, because the moon can get quite slopey, which means that these landers, if they're tall, they can get very tippy-tippy, which means that they will be able to tip over and fall. So I'm actually experimenting here with different fuselages. Okay, that Oscar E actually looks good. It provides enough amount of extra delta V, and I just need to get a couple of nose cones on top, and I think we will be good, because those tanks will be feeding into the main tank, so when we are landed we have a wider base, and when we go up we just get rid of it. Okay, there we go, nose cones. I think actually that's good, and I think that will give us the wider base that we need. So now what I want to do, I want to be placing these tanks a little bit higher up so they don't collide with anything. Then I want 185 meter fairing. Okay, a little wider. There we go. It's really hard to actually gauge it correctly, but the principle is more or less the same. It's just a matter of making sure that our tank is well placed. Okay, something like that. Close the fairing, and then we have 1.875 meter, and that's it. I don't think we need to. It's very nicely put. Mun Lander Mark S Moon. So yeah, usually the stuff that I make makes complete sense. I'm just now doing final checks of my staging, and then we shall be proceeding to the launch. Alright, I figured I might as well actually attach another set of experiments, which are the surface experiments, and just to make sure that we have those. Every bit of science counts, even the gravioli. Alright, as we are closing to the launch. By the way, guys, I saw your comments that you don't like to see flickering things, so I have really put down the minimum amount of flickering on the KSP screen, because you still get a progression of time and what I'm building. But here we are looking at our astronauts, so I'm trying to pick my patrons and YouTube members, and I think I will have Stian piloting with Joey on the science, obviously. Alright, turning on the lights, look at that beautiful sunrise. There we go. Getting ready to detach the tower. 3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff. We have cleared the tower. Look at it go. Oh, it's just amazing. And really, these volumetric clouds that I have added in the previous episode look amazing. Look at that sunrise, that scatter effect. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Alright, Stian and Joey, we are going uppity up, and you two guys will be going to the moon. Stian, our beloved pilot, and Joey, our scientist du jour. Look how the colors are changing as we are sending upper and higher into the atmosphere. Gotta tell you, I mean, please do support BlackRack. He has done some amazing job. I mean, this is almost KSP 2 level quality when it comes to it. It really sets the bar for the developers of the KSP to make sure that they actually have to nail it. I mean, it's amazing. Alright, we are gonna go high into the atmosphere. It's a little bit a steeper ascent profile, but I wanted to expand more fuel going upwards, and then when I come to the 40-kilometer mark, then I'm going to be pitching hard to prograde and having Stian and Joey accelerate as much as possible. Now this craft doesn't have a great thrust to weight, it's 1.4 at this very moment, so it means that things are happening slowly, but they're happening, so I'm gonna take it. Alright, going up to 65 kilometers. Soon enough we will be out of the atmosphere, and then we're gonna be going for the circularization. Right, now we are officially in space and our apoapsis is 100 kilometers as always. Let's quickly draw the maneuver node just to make sure that we can circularize in a very nice fashion. There we go, 100 by 100, I really like that orbit. Okay, time to actually ditch the fairing and everything. Kaboom! And extending the solar panels, extending the antenna. Let's target Kerman so we can maintain the communication back to Kerman, and let's point the maneuver prograde, and our burn to circularize will be in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah. While at the same time I have actually bookmarked the negative gravioli detector and experiment storage unit because I realized that the gravioli is actually biome dependent. So every time when the biome changes, which I'm looking on my Kerbal engineer, top right from the altitude, every time I see it change, I hit, you know, the gravity data and then I collect all. So basically, in this way, I'm trying to make sure that I can get as much science as I can. Okay, so yeah. I'm just making sure that I change a couple of biomes so I can actually utilize all that beautiful science. So, waiting until we get above shores. We are just now above water, soon enough we will be above shores. There we are, above shores. Keep the experiment, transfer. And then we have some, I think, highlands and mountains. So we have grasslands, shore, water. Come on. Give me the highlands, okay, and then we have the mountains. So once I pick that one up, then we will be going for our moon transfer. So let me just quickly see where you are. Grasslands, highlands, grasslands, highlands, grasslands, highlands, mountains. There we go. Beautiful. So we have collected all the science that we can, and then we shall be doing the maneuver node that will be taking us to the moon. Almost there. Okay, 15 kilometer periapsis, 20, I'm happy with that. Let's go with that. Alright, pointing the maneuver prograde, and then we will be starting to execute the burn. Okay, the total burn will be 836 meters per second. Let's accelerate to the burn, so let's get ready to burn. Alright, Stian, oh, and Joey, they're happy. Okay, and I'm also spamming the negative gravioli detector because it is, I have gotten it recently and I want to milk the bananas out of it. Alright, so our burn will be coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. We have more than enough actually fuel so that we can use the core stage to get us to the moon, and we will be able even to use some of that core stage liquid oxygen and fuel to decelerate and put us into the orbit. Now I'm going to go for the low moon periapsis. I mean, low moon, 30 kilometers is not really fully low moon, but still it will be beneficial that we get there. Alright, so let us enjoy the transition, and oh yeah, look at this. Kerman looks beautiful. I mean, these volumetric clouds that have been added recently really make a huge difference. I can tell you that much. Okay, let's do gravity scan above water in space high. Thank you. Is there any other biome that I might milk for science? Yes? No? Grasslands? There we go. Okay. Just spamming it and making sure that I transfer everything to our science storage module. Stian and Joey, okay, let's get you guys to the moon, shall we? Alright. There's the transfer, and we are still above Kerman, and I'm waiting for the sphere of influence switch. Highlands, lowlands, there we go. So now what I want to do, I want to spam basically irradiance scan and all the science that we can, because we have officially entered the moon's sphere of influence and we are high above moon. So that means science galore. Let's get into it. Alright, so making sure that we spam all the experiments. Alright, let's create a periapsis for our orbital insertion. We're gonna go by, I don't know, 30 by 10 orbit. That's good enough. We can fix it always later. 272 meters per second. Beautiful. So even our orbital insertion won't consume the entire core stage. And that's really something that we are looking for. So great. Now I want to be sure that I do conduct all the science experiments that I can. And let us just time accelerate. Okay, gravity scan. I'm just accelerating in this manner and not making cinematic shots because I'm observing the biomes. As the biomes switch, I spam the negative gravioli because it will secure that we get lots of science. Oh, our electricity is depleted. Okay, that might be a little bit of the problem, but hopefully we will emerge on the other side, so it won't be such a big of a deal. Okay, midlands, lowlands, space high, come on. Alright. East crater. There we go, let's grab the biome data. I usually spam crew report when we are in space low, and I spam the gravioli, so... Right. Okay, crew report, that's always handy. Conduct the material-based study. Now we're in space low, I'm just spamming data willy-nilly. Alright. Spam the science as much as we can. Joey, you're aces in terms of resetting stuff, right? Good. Gravity scan, lights. Beautiful. Okay, and our burn will be in roughly 30 seconds-ish, and we will be inserting ourselves over the moon. So, Stian and Joey, are you excited, guys? Well, they certainly are. Look at them. Alright, great. So, Stian and Joey, congratulations. We are above Kerman. Sorry, Kerman. Mun. Whew! What the hell have I been drinking? Alright, so I'm immediately gonna go for the landing, so I'm reducing my periapsis so that it gets really low, and when I get above the east far side crater, I'm gonna brake like hell. Now, this vessel has a very decent thrust to weight, but it takes a long time to decelerate from these velocities, so that's something that we clearly need to take into account. I've been doing too many Minmus missions where it's so easy to decelerate, so you might want to be too careful. It will take roughly 1 minute burn to get us to the position where we want to go. So, like I said, easy to forget, and which would then result in litho braking and, yeah, just crashing pretty ugly. Right, so, okay, I'm gonna set the maneuver node here so that we know when we need to start burning. Let's orient the craft orbit retrograde, and let's enjoy the show. East far side crater is the landing spot. Biome, we are still above Midlands, so the moment we cross above the east far side crater, we will be starting our burn. Alright, Highlands, come on. Okay, we are above east far side crater, so it's time that we start our burn. Decouple the bottom stage, and now our thrust to weight is significantly less, but still significant enough. I'm pretty confident that we will be able to land on this without any problem. However, we might want to keep an eye on our thrust to weight and also on our impact time, which should be in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay, extending the landing gear. I'm thinking I'm gonna land somewhere close to this dual twin crater. That's kind of my logic, and I'm sticking to it, hopefully. Let's see where we end up. Okay, I am killing my vertical and horizontal velocity, trying to go retrograde surface at the same time. So sometime before these twin craters would be ideal, I think. Okay, making sure that I kill all vertical velocity, so we will actually be next to this small crater on the bottom right side. Okay, there we go. Surface is 37 meters per second, making another burn. The key here is to slowly decelerate, and there we go. Slowly but surely. We can use the entire of this stage to consume it, because we will be dumping it once we go upwards, but for a nice gentle landing. Parallax gives us some additional rocks, so that's something that you might want to look out for. Fortunately enough, we have been landing in the correct spot. Beautiful! Ladies and gentlemen, Stian and Joey have landed on the moon. Beautiful. Okay, let's conduct all the science. Mystery goo, thermometer, seismometer, gravioli, science junior. what else do we have? We have this ablation laser. That also provides a healthy chunk of science. Then we have on the other side what we have. We have the barometer, we have the Gorset. Gorset actually won't work, but RPWS, no, magnetometer will work. Alright, we're gonna use that. And then we must not forget the crew report, EVA report, and the surface sample. So everything to get us well prepared to ensure that we can actually do the science very nicely. Alright, good. Okay, Joey, you are restored the experiments, and then you are my go-to man to perform some science. Haha, look at him go. Woohoo! Alright, Joey. Care to do the honors? Yeah, that's the screenshot time. Alright, now, EVA report. What do you see, buddy? Surface sample, thank you, and plant the flag. Proudly sticking the flag of GrunfWorks. Woohoo! So the name of the site is gonna be Moon East Farside Crater Conquered. Joey plants this flag for all Kerbal kind. Yeah, salute. And make sure that next time we take snacks, because I'm hungry as hell. Yeah. Salute again. Salute the flag. Beautiful. Ah, really amazing. Oh, don't scratch your ass, dude. You're on live TV. Alright. Well, what? Is it something itchy? Let's hope not. Okay, so let's go back. Ooh, there is a stone here. Maybe there's the opportunity for selfie. Yeah, this Parallax mod, I have enabled collision so that really you have to be careful where you're landing. I think it will make for some interesting gameplay scenarios, so okay, let's go. That's it, Joey, time to get back and get us back home to Kerman. So, board the damn vessel. Are we ready, guys? Making sure that we are ready, and we will just take off and go back home. Stian and Joey, burn, please, towards the east. 90 degrees prograde. We're hoping for, let's say, 10 or something-ish apoapses. We have done up the some side boosters because we don't need them. And once we get to the 12-kilometer apoapses, we're gonna circularize and look for a return back home to Kerman. Alright, circularization done, and let's just glide up, and we will be starting our burn in 50-ish seconds. 3, 2, 1, ignition. There we go. Looks beautiful. Can't wait to tell the folks about home how we went to Minmus. Right, Stian? Yeah, alright. Cool. Now, let's see. By the way, guys, for those of you that are just tuning in, Stian and Joey are some of my patrons and YouTube members. Actually, Stian is my YouTube member and Joey is one of my patrons. And it's their generosity that helps me out actually build more missions and do this stuff that I do. So if you would like to get on the roster, well, there will be Patreon and, well, YouTube membership program, and let me know if you find that interesting and you want to back me up as well. Well, you get some cool perks like seeing all these videos at the moment I upload them, which can be even, you know, 2 weeks before they get live. So yeah, if that's something that you would be interested in, well, check out my Patreon and YouTube membership programs. Alright, so with that further out of the way, let's go and log the gravity data. There we go, and then we will be flying back. Oh, look, Kerman looks so beautiful. And the burn is coming up in 50 seconds, which is amazing. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. While we are enjoying this, we might as well talk about the sponsor of today's video. Sponsor? Well, who am I kidding? I'm sponsoring myself by my own tenacity and perseverance, and is greatly helped by the coffee that I drink. So if you guys are liking this episode and if you are enjoying it, I mean, do boop the like button, and if you want to see more, press that subscribe. Now, onwards to the video. We are going back, and the moon is slight behind us, and we are looking where on the biome on Kerman shall we be landing. We will, you know, out of curiosity orient ourselves orbit retrograde, and then we will be kicking the afterburners and hopefully getting Stian and Joey back home. Alright. Soon enough. Okay. Might as well point the craft retrograde. We have 313 meters per second in the tank, so let's use them to decelerate. It will make the re-entry more pleasant for Stian and Joey. It will not make it so toasty, so to say. Alright, there we go. Decoupling, and let's go to the re-entry. It's heating up. Getting toasty. Okay, stuff starts blowing up. Beautiful. Okay. Getting toasty, so just make sure that you return in an orderly fashion, and then we will be hopefully returning all of that science that we have accumulated for the episode. So there we go. Reflectors on, so we see when we're landing. I mean, look at these clouds, they're really amazing. Yeah, look at these clouds and it's nighttime, you can barely see anything. Well, hope you will be able to see something. Okay, chutes deployed, we are 1000 meters above the surface, and soon enough we will be landing in the deserts, which also has some interesting science, so might as well actually, you know, use that. Alright, landing, and landed right to the cactus, to the officer next door. Sure. Now, let's do the crew report, and let's do the mystery goo and all the science thingies that we can, because it's still science, very handy to have it. And I don't have the EVA report and the mystery goo, so let's take Stian out. Stian, buddy, you are the pilot. Imagine, you go to the moon and the only place where you actually go out and grab science is the Kerman deserts. I know, life's not fair. Well, sometimes it happens, but you get a chance to play the flag on your own. Kerman deserts conquered. Plug text, Joey gets to the moon and I get this place. That's it. Next time I'm taking the jetpack. Yep, fair enough. Alright, so Stian, go back in and let us recover the science. Awesome, so a total of science 734 and our guys get some cool ribbons. Beautiful, we will use all that science to advance our playthrough, but that's happening in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.